Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to make this card and it's featuring a few of the new Stampin' Up Occasions catalogue items. We have the Butterfly Gala bundle, the stamp set and the punch. We also have the rectangle stitched framelit dies, which I think are an absolute must in any stamp room. So let's bring in the supplies. So like I said, we have the Butterfly Gala stamp set and the Butterfly Duet punch. Now you can buy these two together and save yourself 10%, which is a really great saving. We have the rectangle stitched framelit dies, and for this card we're using the 3rd and 4th largest. So those two there, I'll just get them ones out. Inks are Crumb Cake and Calypso Coral. We have linen thread and also Calypso Coral satin ribbon. So that's really, really pretty as well. My card kit's here, and all the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog. It's in the description of this video. There's also a link to my online store, so if you're in Australia and you would like to purchase through me, I would love to be your demonstrator. And if you use that hostess code, I'll send you out a free gift as well. So we have Crumb Cake card base. We also have the Crumb Cake and Whisper White, which are these two layers here, and then we've got a little piece of Whisper White for the extra butterflies that we're punching out. So let's get started. I already have pre-scored the card base. I'm just going to fold that over and use the bone folder to give that nice crisp edge. I'm going to bring my mat in because we're going to just randomly stamp these butterflies in the background. It just gives that really nice effect there. So let's bring that in. I already have my butterfly mounted on acrylic block. So we'll bring the Crumb Cake ink in, and we just want to stamp around the edges of the card. So let's do that really quickly. So this is tone on tone, nothing overly special. And it will actually lose colour quite a bit. It's quite comes up quite dark at the moment, but it won't stay dark, is what I'm trying to say. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day and getting a little crafting done. You can stamp the whole card base if you would prefer. I just don't think that it's really necessary. Get this one in like that. Beautiful. Let's clean this one off because we're going to do it more stamping with the Calypso Coral. I'm just going to bring my chamois in and give that a quick clean. Chamois is a really great cleaner. Beautiful. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in the Big Shot and we're going to die cut these layers here. So I have my two pieces. Let's see if I can pop them both in there together. The larger die is obviously on the Crumb Cake and the smaller one is on the Whisper White. What I really love about these dies is they stitch on the inside of your piece as well as the outside, so you can still use the outside layer of your die cut. So let's pop that one through. So we have our two pieces die cut. Let's get rid of the... So those two pieces are ready to go. Let's bring in that smaller piece of Whisper White. I'm going to bring in the Calypso Coral ink, and what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our butterfly image on this piece. I'm also going to use a sponge dauber to colour it in, but I'm also going to bring in my little bodies of the butterfly. There we go. And I have my sponge dobby here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of colour to that butterfly. There we go. And I can punch this one out. So just lining that one up. So there's our two little images. Let's bring in this piece of Whisper White. I'll also bring my card in again so you can see. And let's just stamp the butterflies twice. I'm going to stamp one over like this. I'm also going to stamp my little bodies. You don't have to put the bodies in if you don't want. They're there, why not use them? Okay. So we have all our elements all done. Let's pop it all together. So this piece is going to be glued straight down onto the other rectangle piece. I actually ripped that bit of card when I took it out of the die cut piece. This is just going to go straight down. Actually, before we do, we want to bring in some of that ribbon. I have a piece of 8-inch ribbon. I'm just going to wrap half of it around like that. And I just want to attach that down, so I'm just going to bring in some tear and tape. You could use just normal sticky tape. I'll pop that down into place on the front and the back. Okay. And now I can stick this Whisper White piece down, so let's do that. That could have ended badly, couldn't it? Never fear. Okay, so we're going to take our larger butterfly and we're going to wrap some linen thread around. And I also want to tie a little bow, so leave enough room on the end for that. Let's do 3 times around, and then I'm going to just tie a little bow. Plenty of room here now. And this is just tying that crumb cake in to the whole card, giving that a little extra texture as well as colour. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to take off a little bit of that excess linen thread. I'm going to pop these two up. I have some of my edges here, so I'm just going to use a little piece on that little tiny butterfly. And I'll push his wings up a little bit to make him look like he's flying as well. So I'll just try and stick it in the middle. With the big one I'm going to have him so he's stuck all the way down. This is a pretty quick card. Not a lot to it. Okay, so let's pop them down. And the small one. Make him fly a little. I'm going to pop this one up as well. So let's bring those edge pieces in again. And it's great that we can use the whole sheet of your dimensionals. The whole. Oh, there we go. This card's just finished off that whole sheet. Let's pop this one down, and then we're going to do a little bow for the front of the card. So straight down in the middle. Bring that satin ribbon back in again. Just do a little tiny bow. Okay, so I've just worked that around to how I wanted my bow. And cut my ends off. And the best way to attach is with the glue dots. So I'm going to bring in, find the end there. There we go. Glue that down on the end. Now, because this is actually quite long, I might just cut slightly a little bit off. I should have brought my ribbon scissors in straight up, but anyway. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed today's card. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to leave me a comment. All the measurements and supplies can be found over on my blog, and there's also a link to my online store in the description of this video. Until next time, I hope to see you again very soon. Okay, bye bye.